Hey guys, what do you think? I got to my last video where I said that they might have gotten a twofer out of this, gotten rid of a possible informant, and got their gun grabbing material. What happens if it was more than a twofer? Maybe there's more to this even yet. Let's take a look. Here are just a few of the excerpts I've found around the web. ENN, a big company conglomerate, scored big when county commissioners unanimously voted to sell the Chinese company the public land for just $4.5 million, despite the fact that it was appraised at $38.6 million. Senator Reid has been one of ENN's biggest supporters, having recruited the company during a 2011 trip to China. According to Reuters last month, Senator Reid tried to pressure Nevada's largest power company, NV Energy, to sign up as ENN's first customer. Both Rory Reid and Harry Reid deny ever having discussed the $5 billion Chinese solar panel plant deal. The land we're talking about here is the property that the Bundy Ranch sits on. Had Mr. Bundy just quietly caved in, the public would never have known that Senator Reid was selling off public land to the Chinese, and that he had targeted the Bundy Ranch land as well. Just one of the dirty deeds. There's two. He's also, Harry Reid, in another article, has an alliance with George Soros. Soros's shady background did not dissuade Reid from taking money from him. Since becoming the Senate minority leader in 2005, then the majority leader in 2007, Reid has had operational control of the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee. While fundraising for the DSCC, Reid took over $220,000 from Soros, the Soros Fund Management, and various Soros family members. There's another article here that notes that all four of Reid's sons have worked for Lionel Sawyer & Collins, a firm that also employs John Dawson, an expert in transferring assets offshore. It is believed that Dawson is involved with hiding the assets of convicted mobster Rick Rizzolo, who was in trouble with the law for using his Crazy Horse bar to engage in illegal activities. Many people were beaten in this bar, some died, but those suing Rizzolo had a difficult time getting their money due to Rizzolo's assets being hidden. John Dawson's brother Kent was appointed to the federal bench by Senator Reid, and Kent Dawson, as judge, has a history of giving out lenient sentences to mob-connected people. Both Kent and John Dawson are heavy donators to Harry Reid. The Reno managing partner of Lionel Sawyer & Collins is Frederick Whittemore, whose clients have included casino mogul Steve Wynn, identified in a Scotland Yard report as a frontman for the Genovese mob family and connected to some high-profile drug dealers. Moreover, Rory Reid and mob attorney Jay Brown both acquired stock in American Enterprises, a company that operates the Table Mountain Indian Casino near Fresno, California, and Brown became an agent for his company. A short time later, Brown and other officers of his company gave Reid campaign contributions. In another article, it says, in 2004, this article is from USA Today, in 2004, Senator Reid made $700,000 off a land deal that was, to say the least, unorthodox. It started in 1998 when he bought a parcel of land with attorney Jay Brown, the mobster attorney again, a friend whose name has surfaced multiple times in organized investigations and whom one retired FBI agent described as always a person of interest. 3 years after the purchase, Reid transferred his portion of the property to Patrick Lane, LLC, a holding company Brown controlled. But Reid kept putting the property on his financial disclosures, and when the company sold it in 2004, he did a deal on land that he didn't technically own and that had nearly tripled in value in 6 years. USA Today. And Nevada land deeds show Reid and his wife first bought a property in January 98 in a proposed subdivision created partly with federal lands transferred by the Interior Department to private developers. Reid's 2 lots were never owned by the government, but the piece of land joining Reid's property to the street corner, a key to the shopping center deal, came from the government in 1994. One of the sellers was Fred Lessman, a vice president of land acquisition at Permabil Homes. Around the time of the 1998 sale, Lessman and his company were completing a complicated federal lands transfer that also involved an Arizona-based developer named Del Webb Corporation. In the deal, Del Webb and Permabuilt purchased environmentally sensitive lands in the Lake Tahoe area, transferred them to the government, and then got in exchange several pieces of valuable Las Vegas land. So, my point here is that Harry Reid has been involved in dirt and with the mob and other questionable people for years and years, decades. And I think personally that we should definitely go and take a look at former Senator Harry Reid and find out if he and maybe his mob friends were not at least cursorily involved in the Las Vegas mass murder. The words casinos, hotels, mobs, corruption, hidden assets, all this stuff keeps coming up too many times associated with the name Harry Reid. So I'm going to step out here and say, in my opinion, I think that we might find out, if someone took time to look, that Dirty Harry Reid has mass murder all over him. But if you look at that, the place where the country music event was being held, there's nothing but rather large casinos and stuff everywhere else but there. And I'm just wondering if this wasn't some way to devalue that property to the point where somebody could make a very, very lucrative land grab on that property. Think about that. Stage this whole event, mass murder on that, besmirch the property, and then one of these wealthy mob people or Harry Reid people or something could step in, buy that property for pennies on the dollar, and turn it into a whole new casino or some other enterprise. Think about that. What do you think?